hungry. The sight of the food maddened him, and how he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and then again to wet it, to sharpen it. So again and again, scraping the beak and tearing the food. That was a sight that he was watching at, and it wanted the food. Ga ga ga, he cried, begging her to bring him some food. Go, koala, she screamed back derisively, but he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up the piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. So now this plaintively means in a very sad way it was calling its mother, and all of a sudden it realized that the mother was coming its way with a piece of fish. So it gave a very joyful scream. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, she stopped, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outward and downwards into space. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. So finally, he jumped. He just jumped. He took a dive in order to get that food, and now it was. It started falling down, and there was a strong terror that he was seized with. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. The wings came into action. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach, and against his wings. He could feel the tips of the wings cutting through the air. Now it could feel the air that was gushing through. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. The wing rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach, and again and against his wings. He could feel the tips of the wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. Now finally he took its very first flight. He just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Ga 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 ga, go koala. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. He saw his two brothers and sister flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. Curveting is leaping like a horse. So they were all taking movements, they were all flying around him. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly, and commended himself to dive and soar and curve, shrieking shrilly. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly, derisively, in a manner expressing contempt or ridicule. Plaintively, I told you, is sad. Uttered, make a sound with one's voice. Halted, the mother came and she took a halt with a piece of meat in its mouth. It came near the bird but did not come so close that it could just get. Now it was at the ledge of the it was at the ledge or the brink of the ledge, and was unable to take a dive. Seeing the sight of the food, he could not stop itself, but it took its first dive, its first flight, and finally it started flying and reached the ocean, where it could see the huge ocean which was once a region of it for being scared, but now it was no more reason for it to be scared. Or his mother, brother, sister, father all came around, and they started swooping around him. They started going around him and making him feel good about his first flight. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on his green flooring ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. But he was tired and weak with hunger, and he could not rise, exhausted by the strange exercise. His feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it, and he sank no farther. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. Amazing story, isn't it, children? I hope the story is clear to all of you. I hope the story is clear to all of you. You must have seen this happening with us also when we are about to take up a new venture, and how we are being pulled up, how we are being encouraged by our own parents, our elders, our family people, and finally when we achieve that what we wanted to take up, we are encouraged and motivated. All right, now children, the story ends here. I would like you all to attempt all the 5 questions